Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to Cerealsly, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and today on Cerealsly, we're exploring two new flavors from one of my personal heroes, Cap'n Crunch. Throughout the Cap'n's military service, he has found time to travel the world and provide us with many flavors and varieties of his eponymous crunch. In fact, our third ever review on this very channel from February of last year featured his 60th birthday crunch, which wasn't great, but served its purpose of bringing honor to a man who truly deserves it. But Cap'n is back at it this year with two interesting flavors which hit shelves in January. First is a limited edition flavor in partnership with Ocean Conservatory. Here it is. Seaberry. It really just looks like an oops all berries, but just the blue ones, which I think is lame. But for every box sold of these, Quaker will donate $1 to Ocean Conservatory, which is developing ways to keep the ocean healthy, which is good, I suppose. The second cereal is something I'm a little bit more interested in, that's this. Cap'n Crunch's Cinnamon Crunch. The reason I'm more intrigued by this one is that it retains the original Cap'n Crunch's pillow shape. I've said it before, but these seem like they should be called barrels, which are always totally on ships like Cap'n's own SS Guppy. But regardless of their name, these are those and they have cinnamon on them. I love regular Cap'n Crunch. It's likely my number 2 cereal ever. I just can't get enough of that buttery, browned, sugary flavor. And though it might rip up the inside of your mouth if you're not careful, I think it's worth it. I'm really curious to see if they remove that flavor in order to put the cinnamon on, or if it's still there, which would be incredible. Now, before we jump into the review, it's as good of a time as ever to finally talk about Cap'n Crunch's infamous redesign. This isn't the first redesign, of course. The Cap'n has undergone several touch-ups since he was born in 1963. But this one does fall prey to the very common contemporary critique of being too computer-generated, too smooth and fake-looking. He looks more 3D-ish, sure, but he also looks a little Instagram filtered up to me. Also, his eyes are no longer over his hat. I loved that in the old design. The strangest part for me, though, has to be that he now has 5 fingers on each hand instead of 4. There's something wonderfully nostalgic about cartoon characters having 4 fingers, and having 5 like this is a little uncanny valley to me. Speaking of 4, though, in this redesign, he does finally have 4 stripes on his uniform instead of 3 or less like he had in the past. 4 strips correctly signifies his rank of Cap'n, or Captain. But remember, for as controversial as Cap'n Crunch's redesign has been, he's no stranger to trying something new and exciting, especially in terms of new Cap'n Crunch flavors. So, what do you think? Will these two join the ranks of beloved flankers of old, or will they be washed out to, hopefully a slightly more clean, sea? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. Hey, if you've made it this far, you are showing me an extreme amount of kindness. Thanks so much. Will you do me one more favor? Will you like this video? That would really help me out. All right, I think I am ready. I have got my bowls. I've got my spoon. I've got my trusty milk. And of course, I've got today's cereals. I think I'm gonna go for it in the order that I talked about them. Let's start this thing out with Seaberry Cap'n Crunch. Does it say what flavor it's supposed to be? No. It just says artificially flavored sweetened corn and oat cereal. They don't even attempt to say what berry in the sea would be blue. In fact, they've got a purple octopus here. They didn't even go with maybe some sea creatures are blue. On the back, I suppose they have some blue sea creatures, but they have purple ones. Yeah, here's some blue ones, and they got an orange fish. He does have a snorkel, which seems like he's jumping off the boat to find these sea berries. That's incredible. I guess I've never even thought of what is a crunch berry at all. Is it intended to be a berry that Cap'n Crunch found in his travels? I don't know why they don't call them cannonballs. Again, I'm kind of stuck on this shape thing. The original shape should be barrels. These should be cannonballs. And if people are like, that's too violent. When's the last time you were worried about a cannonball hitting you? Never. Kids can handle cannonballs. They should be berry cannonballs. Maybe they don't want to put balls in it. Regardless, let's open them up. Hey, I know this is a very small thing, but I just eat enough cereal that I know this. This is like opposite of most normal cereals. See how the top flap that I'm about to rip off keeps the front picture facing you? That's unusual. Usually it folds over this way and I have to turn it around to open it. Maybe it's a Quaker thing and I've just never noticed that they're all like that? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Quaker cereals are backwards. They are just the blue ones from the Crunch Berries. I think this is a ripoff. Okay, maybe it's not a ripoff because maybe the cost that they save in just putting the blue ones in here is what makes it possible for them to donate $1 from every box to Ocean Conservatory. All right, I'm gonna let it slide. I can't imagine these are gonna taste any different though. What would they even taste like that's from the sea? Yes, they look as boring as I thought they would. These are some sloppy spheres. Several of them are quite elongated. Look at that one. That is not a sphere. Look at how long these things are. These are not sea berries. These are sea nuggets. There are a few that are closer to round, but get real. Look at some of these. This is nonsense. Maybe they also save money in their quality control so that they could donate to Ocean Conservatory. All right, let's give these a try. Cap'n Crunch's Seaberry Crunch. Let's give them a taste, see what they're like. Yum. They are exactly the same as Crunch Berries. There's nothing distinct about the taste. And I gotta say, that's great. Crunch Berries, Cap'n Crunch in general, is great. Plenty of salt. I don't think there's a sea connection like salt water. I think these are literally the same taste as Cap'n Crunch's Crunch Berries. But I gotta tell you, Quaker does it right with this cereal because there is a salty tang to it that I think that might be one of the reasons that I love this stuff. This fits right in with the family, likely because it's 1/3 of Crunch Berries, and that's why it is literally already part of the family. But dang, these are good. So now I'm eating something that I already love, and I'm giving money to help the oceans. Why not? Why not help the ocean? All right, let's put some milk on these and just enjoy. Maybe the milk will do something. Maybe it'll make it taste like fish. Let's give Cap'n Crunch's Seaberry Crunch with milk a try. This cereal is like eating candy. It is so sweet. It's got that salt factor to it. It is very good. I really like this. Now, there's a caveat here. It says every box sold before May 31st of 2024, then they'll donate $1 of that box. So if you buy the stuff and there's some left on store shelves in June, they're not giving to the ocean. They are just gonna take that money. That's gonna be their money. So I would recommend going to get this. Why wouldn't you go to get this? If you're a cereal fan, a Cap'n Crunch, Crunch Berries fan at all, you should go buy this and you'll be donating $1 to a somewhat reasonable cause. I would give these a 3.5. They're very normal and enjoyable. I didn't think I would enjoy that as much. A new cereal that's just an old cereal. Maybe that's what all new cereals should be. Just stuff I already like that just blue. Let's try the other one. We've got Cap'n Crunch's Cinnamon Crunch. Let's open these things up, give them a try. Oh. Well, I hope the cinnamon tastes great because they didn't do anything for the look of these things. It looks like completely normal Cap'n Crunch, but dull, like dirty. There's something about the yellowness of Cap'n Crunch Original that's really pleasant, and these are not very pleasant. So just don't look at them. Actually, I wonder if we break one, yeah, it's yellow inside. So the regular cereal color exists in these, and they're covered up by whatever cinnamon they've sprinkled on it or tumbled in those tumblers on it. All right, let's give these a try. Cap'n Crunch's Cinnamon Crunch. Let's taste them, see what they taste like. They taste so basic. These are the least surprising new flavor. They're less surprising to me than the flavor that was exactly the same as I've already had. These two cereals are nothing innovative, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. I think they're really good. Let me give this one a try with milk. Maybe it brings out something magical in it. This one seems to be less salty. I don't think that's good. I actually like more salt in my cereal. All right, let's give this a try. Cap'n Crunch's Cinnamon Crunch with milk. Yummy, I guess. It just doesn't have any reason to exist. Nah, these aren't for me. I would never, ever buy these again. They taste very straightforward. You know, I was gonna say that they're the same texture as original Cap'n Crunch, but that's not true. There's something about the coating that they spray on original Cap'n Crunch that's missing here. So these are less crunchy Cap'n Crunch. And then they have very blandish cinnamon on them. This is not an improvement in any way. If you want a cinnamon cereal, go get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Go get any variety of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that they've released in the past 5 to 10 years. And it is better than this. And then go get a box of regular Cap'n Crunch, or get some more of these sea berries and give to the ocean. One more try just in case it's coming alive here in the milk. It's not. There's nothing good about this. It's not bad. There's nothing novel. There's nothing interesting. Nothing vivacious. They didn't even surprise me by being the same as something. And I'm not even cleaning the ocean with this. Nah, you don't need this. Get it out of here. I think I would give this cereal just a 1.5. I mean, again, it's not going to hurt you if you eat it, but you are not going to be a person that's like, oh, yum, this is the big game changer. So the clear winner here is Seaberry Cap'n Crunch, especially if you're getting it out there before May 31st. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we contributed at least $1 to cleaning the ocean. That's good, right? We're good people. And now it's enough. If you want to try either of these for yourselves, I found them both at Walmart, though the Seaberry is definitely listed as limited edition. So get out there as soon as you can if you have a hankering for them. Now, listen, if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.